we're going to look at parabolas in conic section form. So there are two different forms for parabolas. You can either have a parabola facing the right or the left, or a parabola facing up or down. So if the parabola is facing right or left, the equation is going to be y minus k squared equals a times x minus h, where h and k are going to give you your vertex of your parabola. A is going to tell you which direction the parabola is facing. If A is positive, it's going to face the right, or the positive numbers. If A is negative, it's going to face the left, or where the negative numbers are. If it's an up or down facing parabola, then your x will be the one in the parentheses squared. And it's the same thing. H and k represent the vertex, and A tells you whether it's facing up, the positive numbers, or whether it's facing down, the negative numbers. Okay, so I would write these equations down and have them next to you as you're working on your homework. So pause this video and write them down if you need to. Okay, let's go ahead and do two examples. The first one, we have y minus 3 squared equals 8 times x plus 2. So a good first step would be to identify the vertex, and that comes from h and k. So h comes, or our x-coordinate comes from the x parenthesis, so it's x plus 2, so the coordinate would be negative 2. We change that sign. The y-coordinate comes from the y parenthesis, and we have negative 3, so that means the y-coordinate is positive 3. Okay, let's go ahead and plot that on our graph. So negative 2, positive 3. And then we need to figure out which way it's facing. This is a y-squared graph, which means it's going to either be opening up to the left or to the right. And we go ahead and look at a, which is the number in front of the non-squared parenthesis. This is 8. So a is equal to 8, and that is positive. It's bigger than 0. Therefore, the parabola will be facing the positive numbers. So it's going to be facing the right. And there's our parabola. Let's do one more. So this time we have the x in the squared parentheses. So that means our parabola is going to be facing in a different direction. Let's find our h and k for the vertex. The number inside the x parenthesis is negative 2. So our x-coordinate will be positive 2. The number with the y is 1, so our y-coordinate will be negative 1. And let's see, when we graph that to, negative 1 is right there. And now we need to figure out which way this is facing. A is the number in front of the parenthesis that is not squared. So A is negative 4. And that is less than 0, that's negative. So this parabola is going to be facing the negative numbers. And since this is an x-squared parabola, it's either facing up or down. So the negative numbers would be downward. So our parabola is going to be frowning.